So, shall we start?
Yes, let's start.
Go ahead.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Good morning, everyone. I, Riya Mundra, on behalf of Prudentia, the Operations Learning Center, is here to welcome Mr. Chirag Kalaria, who is the creator of Sourcing and Supply Chain, who is a BTech engineer from Anand Agriculture University, Anand. He has done PGDM in Rural Management from Institute of Rural Management, Jaipur. He is also a life member of IIMM and holds GDMM and PGDDMM from IIMM. He has a very rich experience in materials procurement, contract management, project management, warehousing and logistic management, business development, operations management, and even in production in FMCG industry. Currently, Sir is working with Amul. He has served Share Microfin Limited and Flourish Pure Foods Private Limited in previous assignment. With a zeal of sharing knowledge and bring like-minded supply chain professionals on a unique platform, Sir has created Sourcing and Supply Chain, which is a platform where he, along an elite club of contributors, are sharing insightful articles, book reviews, conducting strategic quiz and polls. Shortly, Sir is also planning to start webinars, talk shows, and more interactive means of knowledge sharing and networking. It's an open platform, and every professional is welcome at SSC for this movement. So, hereby, I welcome Sir for his valuable time from NMIMS Indore. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ria. Thank you for nice introduction. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in this Sunday morning. It's a very beautiful morning, and since this is a weekend, so all are in relaxed mode. So it's a nice time to discuss something which is very interactive as well and very much relevant as well. So, I myself from Sourcing and Supply Chain, Chirag Kalaria, the creator of Sourcing and Supply Chain. Thank you, NMIMS Indore, as well as Prudentia team, to allow us to collaborate with Sourcing and Supply Chain, which is a knowledge sharing and networking platform, and giving me an opportunity to speak on VUCA leadership and its impact on supply chain. So, Riha has already introduced myself as well as something about sourcing and supply chain. So, being in a supply chain industry, what I understand that we do have a very rich experience professionals available in the industry, as well as they have a very good application and knowledge, but they cannot perform their uh, their experience and knowledge, and they cannot share it. So there is a need of a platform where such kind of knowledge sharing and networking is possible among the supply chain domain. So that's why we have created a non-for-profit sourcing and supply chain platform with a young aspirants, and we are joining with industry experts, take mentorship and networking with the insightful professionals. So what we do at SSC, we bring latest methodology and techniques that drive most of the companies in the competitive market. So basically, SSC is having working on three fronts, right? One is knowledge sharing, second one is networking, third one is career coaching. We are publishing insightful articles on weekly basis on our platform. We do have a website. We do have a social media platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Even we have interactive platforms like WhatsApp, Telegram, and Signal also. So we are publishing these articles from veteran industry leaders in the areas of supply chain, procurement, technology, operations, as well as logistics, leadership, and the most important thing is sustainability. We are also publishing book reviews on monthly basis, wherein one of our contributor will go through the complete book and make a gist out of the book to give an idea of the particular book, which will inspire our followers to read the particular book if they felt that this is good one. We are also conducting webinars and talk shows from the industry leaders. We have our own YouTube channel and we are doing it on monthly once or twice basis. We are also conducting strategic quiz and polls as well. From the networking front, as I have already mentioned, we are in the social media. We do have a contributors and we are also doing a platform contribution also. So in this platform collaboration, we are already a partner of ISCEA. We are also an ambassador of India Institute of Supply Management, ISM India, as well as there are many content collaboration and channel partnerships are there. You can find it out on our website. From the career coaching front, certifications are like the market catching words in the current scenario where everybody is going after certifications, but there are lots of certifications available in the supply chain and procurement domain where actually which one is very important for your career and under your budget. So we are suggesting those sort of certifications that was in national as well as international. We do have a series of mentors available and panel of mentors available who can give mentorship also. We have designed few mock tests to have a glimpse of the what actually tests like CSCP, CPP and other renowned certifications are taking. So this is all about SSC. Now let's move to current topic, what is VUCA. But before going to the VUCA, let's understand why it's so much important. So how many of you have heard VUCA before this webinar, or you must have already gone through or searched this term, right? In management it's very important. So before going to VUCA, let's first understand why it is important. So any guesses? This from which movie this scene has been taken? We have just some few rules to giving answer. First one is whatsoever question I will ask to keep this session interactive, you should answer in the text box only, right? I will collect the data and I will do that. Later on, we will open the session and we will give you answers. Further, if you have any questions, please note it down. At the end of the session, you may ask and I will try to give the answer based of my capacity and competence. If I cannot, then I will definitely check and with my mentors, my contributors team, my industry expert circle, and definitely revert to you. So this is the second thing. Uh, Third one is we also communicate that this Zoom meeting is only limited to NMIMS student. However, we have online streaming online on YouTube as well for our SSC followers as well as all supply chain professionals who are ready to watch this VUCA leadership webinar. So it is already live on our YouTube channel as well. So let's go to chat box and check the answer. Answers are very right. Lakshya in Hindi, it is Lakshya. In English, it's a goal. So for anything, the goal is the most important thing, right? So this presentation is also going to this so many of roller coaster things, and you will find lots of information, but you need to be attentive. You need to do that. Your goal should be fixed. In this movie, this is pick 5179 where the goal is to uh, host or flag on this pick 5179, and with that goal the complete movie, a complete transformation of the hero Mr. Ritik Roshan has been taken place. So to concentrate on your goal or vision, you need to know VUCA first. VUCA can disturb your goal or vision or make things in such a way that you will lose your concentration. So that is why VUCA is the most important thing. So going ahead, let's check out the roadmap of today's presentation. The topic is very generic and very vast. So there are many things which we need to cover, and I will try to cover it on macro level, not in micro level, and do my best to utilize this 60 minutes of your Sunday morning, and you will also gain something out of it. With this thing, we will cover all these things. So for any meeting, normally in industry we used to have a tea or coffee during meeting. So what about your tea or coffee? You need to arrange by yourself right now, okay, if you don't have, because this everything is now virtual. So this is also one type of VUCA. Though we are going through the case study to understand the impact of VUCA first, then we will go what is VUCA. Third one is COVID-19, which is definitely a new form of VUCA. The fourth one is VUCA leadership. So in fifth point, we will get the answer how to conquer VUCA. And the answer is also a VUCA, VUCA. So this is a bit confused statement. We will definitely check out how it's possible. Then how VUCA affects supply chain, what successful organizations to respond to VUCA in India, and last not but the least is the key takeaways or key traits of VUCA leader, what you need to implement if you want to be a VUCA leader, right? And then you can ask question and answers session. So let's start with failure first. Okay, some fails very miserably. Anyone have heard the name of Mr. Stephen Allof? Anyone can give answer in chat box except Mr. Omkar Bane, because we did have a trial run, so he knows. Any guesses? Now you can answer. Correct? He was the last CEO of Nokia before. One answer is there. Yes, Nokia CEO. So this is his last statement. We didn't do anything wrong, but somehow we lost. Everyone in India and outside India even knows Nokia is the most ethical integrated company who is working on the quality. So where they have failed? Is there any integrity issue, or is there any quality issue, or any blunder or any business malpractices they have done? No. So what's the answer is? The answer is they failed to resist the change. They failed to gauge the change. The rise of Android, which makes the complete thing in a way there they cannot understand that Android will become the next future, right? They failure to cope up with the change, and change was so fast they cannot respond. They were collaborate with Windows OS also. Earlier, they were working on Symbian technology, which is got outdated and irrelevant very soon. And on the Windows OS also, they have chosen the wrong collaboration. And ultimately, they need to sold off their factory in the complete company to Microsoft. So this was the example of a classic failure where someone has didn't do anything even though they fail. The same thing happens to Kodak, Nikon, many digital camera companies, right? So this is the example of failure. But where the failures are, there are obviously some excellent companies were also there. So what they are doing? Let's check out. This company makes history with 33 product launches, highest ever in a single quarter amidst the COVID-19 time, amidst the lockdown time. So, what's your view? Which company has done this? Any answers? Any guesses? Answer is Amul. Yes, Amul has done a fantastic job. If you just remember, we are not giving any proofs. If you just remember, there is not a single day during complete lockdown period where you have not got your milk or butter or any essentials which is produced by Amul, right? So what they have done? Remember that my first word, peak 5179, right? The goal, the vision. What is the vision of Amul? The Amul's vision is to collect the single drop of milk produced by the farmer of India and to deliver a quality product at the cost impact competitive rate, cost effective rate to the customer. And they have done this in a fantastic way. There was not a single break. Further, this complete time Doordarshan has re-telecasted Ramayana and Mahabharat serials, right, which are very much popular, and most of the Indian population have seen it. So during those serials, you have checked that there where Amul classics were run during the complete advertising campaign. They have put lots of efforts, and all old advertisement at the time of Ramayana and Mahabharata or during the original telecast has been re-telecasted. Not limited to the televisions, they are also present on the social media as well. They have done the Facebook live campaigns for simple homemade recipes and cook with the chef sessions and give and attract many social attention also. And no, last but not the least, innovation. They have done a fantastic innovation in frozen food, immunity boosting food, and sweet section. They have launched medicinal product like haldi doodh, tulsi doodh, ashwagandha doodh, which have medicinal values and very helpful to the COVID to improve your immunity. They have make frozen pizza available where the complete Domino's and Pizza Huts are not working. Amul has sold the highest pizza, the frozen pizza. So those kind of thing they have done, right? So these are the difference between the company, but this is not limited to companies only. Two brothers are also the victim of the change. Any guesses? This is easy one. Who are the two famous brothers who are the victims of the change? If you know, you can give answer in the text box. There is also YouTube also going on where people are watching. If anyone wants to answer, they can also answer, but there is a bit delay of 20 seconds, so they might not cop up. Shaurya is saying Zerodha. Donald's. I say this. Right? The famous Ambani brothers both have started their journey with reputation, good name, good professionals, good teams, everything. One has a property of $49 billion at the time of the starting, same one other has a $45 billion. There is not much difference. And right now, one is the fourth richest person in the world with $81 billion, and second one is almost bankrupted. So what plays the role when everything is the same? Change, right? So let's see how is the change. Change is hard, change is painful, change is confusing, but at the same time, the change is rewarding. It's a law of the nature, and you need to understand it will definitely going to happen. That's why maths lovers are saying change is constant, right? So this is how it works. Let's move ahead. Please note it down. Glorious past is no longer any guarantee for future success. Whatever best you have done till time, it's a no guarantee that it will give you success in the future. Correct? So, this image can very well explain the concept. if you say that, since you can very well correlate with the Bollywood and the stars and the companies and the famous name, that's why I am giving example of those. All of you are must be aware that ABCL company, Amitabh Bachchan Corporation Limited, correct? What happened to the ABCL? Initially, Amitabh Bachchan has failed to get movie, and after seven flop movies, he has started with Janjeer. Later, again, he was bankrupted and done such role who is not at all suitable to him. And then the change come with a Kaun Banega Karodpati, KBC, right? And the resilient reply to that bankruptcy is again make him crorepati. With serial, there are many ordinary people became crorepati, but host also became crorepati, right? So let's check it out in this way. A new world, a VUCA world, is demanding agility. You must be agile to respond. Second is speed of response. Remember what Nokia is, why Nokia has failed, because they have not responded in a way where the speed is there. And what Amul has done within this lockdown period, they have come up with so much of solutions. Third one is innovation with calculated risk. This is most important. You need to innovate, but with a cost effective manner. And fourth one is adaptability in any system. Whatsoever is the condition, you need to adapt the same. These are most important things. So it's a VUCA world, and you need to do this to get succeed. So let's understand what is VUCA. I am doing with examples only, so the session can remain interactive, and you will not feel like what's going on. Okay. So any guesses for this image? You can answer in chat box. Demonetization. That's right answer, Pooja. On 8th November at 8 p.m., our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, in 2016 has said that from 12 night, all 500 and 1000 rupees currency will not be into the effect. And there is only 4 hours time available. And after 4 hours, you cannot believe such kind of decision came from 135 crores of population, for 135 crore population, right? So what is this? This is volatility. What is volatility? Volatility is the nature, speed, volume and magnitude of the change in unpredictable manner. So the change was so fast, in such a big volume, on such a high magnitude, and very unpredictable. So this is how volatility affects the complete scenario. The second one is nothing to be asked, right? This is COVID. This is uncertainty. What is uncertainty? The lack of predictability, difficulty of using past events and predicting future outcomes. So no one has ever predicted the starting of this. If you remember and recollect that in December 19 there was a single one or two cases has been reported in China, as like any other diseases in many countries, and we are just reading it. And in March the complete country has been locked down. Our country has been locked down. So no one has predicted, no past event or no data are there. People are just correlating with SARS flu, which happened 100 years back, but that is also not in this magnitude. And no one can predict the future. Even WHO is changing the statement every week, right? So this is how uncertain it is. The third one is, any guesses for this image? Yes, Sumant, Brexit, you are right. So Brexit shows the complexity, the multiplex of forces and vastness of interdependency. What is complexity? There are many forces are there. If you change one decision, or if you tweak one decision, there are so many interdependent activities and outcomes are there, which are internal as well as external, involved in a problem. The youth of Britain is thinking that we need to go out from the European Union, right? And that was just a feeling they have. Once the voting has been done and the complete process has been started, it is more than 1.5 years has been passed, but still they are struggling. Even the growth of Britain has been down, even the uh, unity and strength of European Union has gone down. The valuation of euro is also affected. So the small decision which is complex make many interdependent changes which are internal and external. Last and not but the least is, everybody knows him, right? Mr. Ambiguous. He is Mr. Donald Trump, who himself doesn't know what I have said yesterday and what I am saying right now. So that is lack of clarity about the meaning of an event, leading to unclear happening and hard to ascertain. So it's a very unpredictable. One day he is talking about Mexico wall, second day he is talking about war on China, and third day he is collaborating with China. So no one can predict what is going on. So such sort of things is ambiguous. So basically how it works: volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity, and this makes VUCA. So you must be thinking these all are global events, right? And what is the impact in the current business scenario, if you say? But before going to those, let's see how this VUCA comes and how the world was there before VUCA. So this image shows the entire world was into the two camps before VUCA, right? This one shows USA and this one shows USSR, right? America and Russia. In early 90s, the USSR has been fragmented into many countries. And then what happened? This situation was quite balanced. Both knows that who is the enemy. The Cold War was going on. Everything was predictable. But in this situation, once the USSR has been defragmented, completely fragmented into the many countries like this, USA was the only superpower. In this time, the US Army has seen that there is not a single enemy who can directly attack on USA. But there are many groups, like terrorist groups, are there who don't have any fixed religion, any sort of civilization, or any sort of ideology. They have different ideology, different motive, different religion, but they can attack on us, and before we can organize any response to them, they will just vanish. So this is a situation where which is completely volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous, and they have coined the term VUCA for this. And this is how VUCA term has been come into the uses and picture, and this is the history of VUCA. But how it's applicable to the businesses, this is the most important thing, right? Because now we understand what is VUCA, but why it is important for business. So let's check this. If you ask 10 or 20, 15 years before, nobody can tell you that artificial intelligence and machine learning will play such a great role. And now you can ask anything to Alexa and okay Google, right? So machines are learning and humans are just holding the mobiles and devices in their hand. So we are just stuck up and machines are learning. So this is a very different state where technology has been erupted. And with the rise of e-commerce, many conventional shops and the market and mall culture has been completely vanished. If you going to mall in nowadays, so you feel that it's very easy and convenient to get things with money back guarantees, lots of discount from e-commerce, correct? And Amazon has changed the complete game. They are planning to start delivery with the drones also, right? So this is the disruption. This is one of the example of VUCA. The second example is redefining of the complete business model. Without owning a single car, Uber is the largest car company in the world. Correct? What they have done? Why they
Yeah,
why they are so much uh, successful without making any investment? So this is not the times where Mr. Henry Ford like person who have lots of capital available and they are just putting in assembly lines and producing cars and come into the top 5 companies, global top 5 companies. Do you know who are the global top 5 companies right now? Any guesses? Suman Jain has said asset light model, that's right. Amazon, Tesla, Google, correct. Facebook, right? Good. So all these companies have done what? They have access to information. They have removed the middleman. They have reduced the complexity and clutter in the complete supply chain, and they make a model where customer and buyer can directly deal with complete margin benefit goes to customer and with a great quality and money back guarantee with a security. So this type of things also done by Airbnb, now Zomato, Swiggy, everyone is coming into this domain. So this is a complete redefinition of business model. This is also one factor of VUCA. Third one is change in the customer perspective. We are saying that Maruti to Mercedes Benz, but this is not a direct transformation. But yes, if you say Maruti's flagship car was 800, right? Maruti 800 was the flagship car. And once they entered into the market, at that time, Fiat and Ambassador were there, who are the famous car companies. And they came with a smaller car and disrupted the market and become a people's company. Right now, also their advertise, if you see, they are saying that we have people technology, right? Affordable and quality cars are the concept. But now a customer is aware. Customer has Facebook, Google, networking, education, mobile, internet, 4G, 5G, everything is available. So they are now aware and all the information are on the tips of on the fingertips, right? Anything they can ask. And they have now the very good disposable income also. The standard has raised. So in this change customer perspective, they are ready to give premium for a quality things. So in this case, you need to change your mindset, and that's why Maruti has also came with the Nexa range, which is a premium range. If you remember Baleno, Ciaz, right? S cross. So this is how it works. You need to respond to the change. And last not but the least is, any guesses? What's this? Oh, sorry. Hmm. We are talking about this fourth one. Any guesses? The cutting edge innovation, unpredictable competition. Yes, Utkarsh, you are right. It's a cyber truck. So what's this? It's a parachute competitor. People are in a rat race of changing looks, changing technology, and if you see the all sedan models, all were looking same, right? The moment Tesla is come into the game, they've changed the game. The Cybertruck, which is going to be delivered after 2 years of registration, and the moment they have just make an event to publicize it, within a timeline, Mr. Elon Musk is just making tweets: 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh. Such sort of competition, which is very cutting edge innovation and unpredictable. If such thing comes, what happens to your regular competition? So this is where the VUCA is important, which gives a challenging landscape for businesses, and that's why we need to understand VUCA, right? Let's go ahead. So COVID-19, a new form of VUCA. COVID-19 is VUCA, right? So if we say the few facts about COVID-19, these are bit older one, maybe some facts has been changed, but if you see, COVID-19 is the only reason and responsible for complete global digital transformation. The companies who are not ready to invest anything for online or IT infrastructure, they are just asking that we need to do this, whatsoever the reason is, right? Second one is more than 20 million people infected, and more than 1 million have died, right? These are old data. Now data has been changed. According to WHO and World Labor Organization, approximate 195 million job cuts worldwide, which is very significant because the job which you are doing right now is not at all applicable or needed the next day, which is very painful. If you see, everything is going online and the complete middleman and distribution structure is not needed, then what happened? Third one is the fourth one is education of 1 billion students is at a stake, and as per WHO report, 24 million had dropped out in this year, which is a very serious issue. If the education is not there, what happens? So, next one is establishing remote workforces and work from home is a new normal. Right now, again, the things are getting open, but still there is some skeptical thinking is there that again the cases may rise of COVID, right? And COVID has forced us to make new skill and redeployment of the talents. Many people have acquired certifications, done new courses, and understand what is the requirement for this thing and realign their career. So this is how COVID-19 is a form of VUCA which is very volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous, right? And of course, it gives a big boost to pharma, food, and small utility stores, because with the coming geo in the market, where they have connected all small utility store to a platform where you customers can directly give orders, and these utility stores can give delivery. The same way online business is also increased. The touch free or touchless delivery is the new concept, right? So what we understand, VUCA is a rough sea. You cannot do anything with this. But what you can do is you need to learn how to surf on this. VUCA is a rough sea with high waves and tides. You cannot do anything about it. What you can do is learn how to surf on that, right? So what comes into the picture is this moment, VUCA leadership. This will help us how to ride this sea, right? So let's check it out. Before moving to VUCA leadership, I just want to give some brief about the recent history of leadership. What sort of leadership and management right now is going on. You all must have learned in your MBA, right? This is management by objectives. Everybody is aware about MBO, correct? So, who is the founder of this concept? Let's brush up little bit. Any guesses in chat box? No? Management professionals, what's going on? Peter F. Drucker, they came up with this concept, right? And then it is redefined by the manager of the century. Who is that manager of century? If you know any guesses? Who have heard the name of General Electric, GE?
Yes, sir.
Right. So Mr. Jack Welch, who is the manager of century, he has came up with the concept of vitality curve. Before that, let's understand what is MBO. In MBO, it is a top to bottom approach, right, where the vision and mission of a company will fragmented into the smaller goals. Then it comes to the subordinates objectives, then action planning has been decided, and then periodic performance review has been done, and based on that final appraisal has been done. In this situation, results are matters, not the efforts, right? And Mr. Jack Welch has done what? They are following the same practice, and the last 10% who are on, if you remember the bell shape curve, right? If you remember this bell shape curve, the both at the end of the curve, 5% here, 5% here, right? So they are the extraordinary. So what they have done, the first 10% who are not at par has been fired, which is very cruel practice, right? But it gives the good results. In 2020s, most of the companies, including Fortune 500 companies, are working on this objective. But later, companies have understood that people are the assets, right? You cannot just throw them away. So this second model has been came, that is OKR, objective and key results, where the results are not tightly bound with your performance and efforts are matters. Mr. Andy Grove, the CEO of Intel, has proposed this model, and then it was later on adopted by Microsoft and Google also. So in this, what they are doing, company mission and midterm goal they are setting, and they are just planning an alignment, do weekly status and retrospectiveness and reviews, but they will not fire the persons, or results are not meters. They, what they are saying, make necessary experiments, try something new, and fail fast and learn more. They are not concerned with much with results, and that's why those companies, if you say Intel, Microsoft, Google, are in different paradigm rather than other companies. So these are the history. Now this is the most important thing. In VUCA, competency comes with an expiry date. Means if you are competent enough for something in today, it's not guaranteed that you will live with this competency forever. Glorious past was no guarantee for a future success. The same thing is this. Let's check out by the evolution of communication devices. Everybody can connect easily, right? With this example, telegraph, the first communication device, 1838. In 40 years, the first telephone was invented by Graham Bell in 1876, and the future of telegraph has been finished. The same thing happens when pager comes out. but pager is very limited thing which gives messaging thing. I don't know how many of you have heard or seen this sort of device, right? Because it's a very less shelf life, just 60 second 60 words or 90 words message you can send to other person. Then in 1973, first functional phone has been came out from Motorola, and this has changed the complete communication entire the world, right? Then in 2007, Apple comes into the picture with first iPhone, and all are now using smartphones, Google, Android, Apple, right? Then wearable devices came, and this with these wearable devices, the first one was Fitbit, launched in 2008. And who knows what's next? AI enabled chipsets. There may be no requirement of devices at all. Google Lens, Neuralink. Have you heard about all these names? This is the future, right? That there shall be no devices at all required. So this is how the evolution comes. And if you see, everything was so important at that point of time where the next one has not came into the picture. The moment the next one came, the earlier was just vanished. Now if you go out with a Motorola functional phone, if you remember that headset, right, what people will tell. So that is how VUCA works. So what's the answer? VUCA can be conquered through VUCA only. And this is bit confused statement, right? So let's check out. Vision, understanding, courage, and adaptability. This for VUCA can conquer the volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. Right? So VUCA can be conquered through VUCA only. Let's see how. Pick 5179. I will again and again reminding you, right? Vision is for volatility. Sorry, because I am attached with Amul, so you will see Amul everywhere. But apart from Amul, there are also other companies. Why I have taken these companies over here? If you say Apple, innovation is the key for success of Apple. Whatever you see, AirPod, right? Earlier, then iPhone, then iWatch, everything you see, they make things innovative, think different. Earlier, the Tata Steel's tagline was "We too make steel," which was showing that we are also making steel, even though we are Tata Steel. First, what we make, we also make tomorrow. We make future. They have very strong HR practices. They build careers, and they prefer to identify and recognize by their career building services rather than their steel. Same way Amul, the taste of India, right? The quality food at the competitive price. And the fourth one is times of India. If you see the truth, let the truth prevail, right? So all have their own vision, and that's why they are ahead. So vision works as a lighthouse. This is again pick 15179. Clear vision will help people to remain focused, work in the right direction, can make informed choices. A Google or Oppo or any other manufacturer will not think like what Apple thinks, right? Because they have clear vision. What we need to make is an innovative product, right? So this is how it works. Second one is strategic and long term perspective. You need to think on the long term perspective. No one can become successful in a very short time and will remain on that position. So you need to make strategic and long term thinking. Third one is intent is properly communicated and understood. Your vision should be so clear that the last employee of your organization should be aware of. And fourth one is focus on actionable information rather than general data, because in the era of big data analytics and everything, now data is easily available. But what management wants actionable items. That's why dashboards are so popular in this time, right? Because dashboard shows 95%, 96%, 99% is okay, and this 1% is the action item where you need to take decision. So those are the benefits of technology, and that must to be taken care of. The second one is understanding for uncertainty. How many of you know who is she? Can answer in chat box. Anyway, sis, anyone? Sumant, Sophia, right? She's the first humanoid and the first person who is legal, first humanoid being made legal from Saudi Arabia government, Sophia. But the interesting thing about Sophia is Sophia can make 120 facial expressions to interact and connect with human being. Just check out at your face right now how many you can make. 12 or not? So what it shows, machines are learning to remain empathetic, connect with people, right? You need to be empathetic, you need to connect with your peers and people. You must allow curiosity amongst your team and your subordinates. Ask them to ask question and challenge the status quo. You must become open minded with new ideas and constructive criticism. That's why the concept of devil's advocate, if you remember, or if you know, that for any team where healthy discussions are needed or any ideas has to be churned out, there is one devil's advocate in the team. Who is devil's advocate? Whatever solution the team is proposing, he is saying no, this is not possible because blah 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 reason. We call them devil's advocate. So that is most important thing, because if your idea fails in the market, then there is no go back. So you must be fail internally first and make system proof. That's why these software companies and big application companies and information technology companies are giving reward to their employees if they find any gap, flaw, or any error in their program. So this is most important thing. Fourth one is get a fresh and innovative perspective, and your planning must be flexible. You should not make rigid plans for growth. Your planning should be flexible so it can be changed and with understanding to cope up with uncertainty. Third one is courage for complexity. What's this? I will not let you sit idle. Think this. Golden boot, right? This is a golden boot, right? Whosoever will perform best in FIFA will get this. But if you will be a leader in future of any organization, then or whatever at leading position, managing position, at professor level, or at your uh, highest level where your peers or teammates or your subordinates will look into, your shoes are not less than golden boot. For them, your shoes, your position is the golden boot, right? So train your peers to fit into your shoes. Unless they get trained to fit into your shoes, you will not get your shoes, next shoes. So always train them, simplify the clutter, make things very clear and understanding. You should follow your intuitions, your guts and experience. The leadership should be collaborative, right? You should not become autocratic leader. And there is always system thinking and holistic approach. I'm in sales, and if I will look into sales only and I will not look into the complete supply chain, then it will not work. Right now the container crisis is going on in the complete world, right? Where if in procurement I am saying that containers are not available, and my production team is saying that as per your lead time and requirement, we have given you a purchase requisition and you need to bring the material, I am nowhere concerned where your containers are, then production is possible? No, right? So everyone has to think about systematic approach, holistic approach, and to avoid the searching for permanent solution. As I said earlier also, this is the same thing I am saying right now, that your plan should be agile, resilient, and you should have always plan B, C, and D if your plan A fails. This is the most important thing in VUCA. The last 10 list is adaptability for ambiguity. Everyone knows, right? This is the Darwin's law of survival of the fittest. The human being is the fittest creature and growing in the world. Why? Because we are adaptable to the situation whatsoever the condition is. So that's why the growth is fast, quick decision making. We fail fast, learn things and innovate rather than other species. We empower our subordinates and encourage them for fresh ideas, and this should be done at the business level also. And you should think divergently and remain open for new ideas. This is how adaptability is required for ambiguity. So let's again talk about the information. The age of information. We are in the age of information, where I have already said that Mr. Henry Ford will no longer be the richest person in the world, where the lots of capital is required. Capitalistic approach is nowhere working. And these are the most 5 successful companies in current area: Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, Google. Correct? So what's common in them? Innovation, information, integration. Apple is related to innovation. If you say Google and Facebook, they have access to information, and that's why they are leading. And Amazon and Microsoft are integrating the system, integrating the customers with the buyers, and that's why all have what is common between all 5? They have access to lots of information, and who have access of information and can use the information are leading. But this is not how it goes, because glorious past has no guarantee for future success. That's why now Tesla is coming to this list with a different set of things. Correct? But again, information is always there, which is important. Now the next richest person after 10 years will not build any Google, Apple, or Amazon or Facebook. They will come with some new innovation. That's why they are going ahead. So let's talk about supply chain. How VUCA affect the supply chain, right? So first and foremost thing, if you ask me as a supply chain professional or a procurement professional, that give me, so my dream is to get a forecast with 10% accuracy deviation, which is not at all possible. So first thing is challenges to the conventional forecasting. VUCA says that the forecast will always change and you need to make a way out of it. That's why the demand sensing model of Amazon works perfectly. If you do anything with the if you order anything with Amazon Prime, you will get delivery in 24 hours. How? Because Amazon make a model where at which area there is demand is coming, and accordingly they are stocking before orders, and that's why they are able to deliver it to you, right? So that's where it's important. Second one is demands innovation and initiative. In this lockdown time and COVID-19 time, Fitbit and Tesla is coming up with their ideas to build a life saving ventilators at the cost effective way. Those are not their core competency, but still, as per demand, they need to make innovation and take new initiative. And third one is preparedness. You must be prepared to take up any challenges, right? So supply chain manager or a stuntman. So supply chain manager's role or a procurement manager or operations manager role is always like a stuntman, where you need to facilitate operations at the optimum level just in time, which is not at all possible in the VUCA situation. So it's a very difficult to manage. Second one is reduction in the landed cost, percentage saving. Every time your management is asking about savings, right? So what you need to do? You need to find new geo at every year, because geo can give you things free, and that is also for 1 year only, correct? So this is where the challenges are there. This is just jokes apart, but reduction in landed cost is also there. Third one is improve variable lead time through outsourcing and multi-sourcing. Right now in this container shortage scenario of logistics, you must have your multiple sourcing and outsourcing options available, where you get supply and your production will not be hampered. And fourth one is increase transparency and visibility process to make informed choices. You cannot correlate, but someone who are working will definitely correlate that the performance management system this time HR is not required because COVID-19 has done our performance tests. So this is how things are working for a supply chain manager. So what shall be the possible response from SCM manager to tackle the VUCA? VUCA. So first and foremost thing is to empower your frontline SCM manager for decision making. What is the role of AI and ML? They will take the decisions 90% of the time, where the outcomes and events are already have a history and previous records available. But uh, for the 10% of the thing where something comes up which is not defined system available or defined response available at that point of time, your SCM manager should have power to take decision making. Second one is adoption of innovative technology to improve productivity. You need to adopt systems like ERP, SAP, and machine learning and AI to make the improvement in your productivity. With big data analytics, there are so much of data available, but supply chain analytics tools are available to take the analysis of the data and tweaking your actions against the same. The fourth one is restructuring your logistics to improve the service level, like Amazon Prime have done for electric trucks and drones. So all 4 points where whatever possible condition is there, you need to do it, right? So who are the few successful organizations who have responded VUCA in a very good manner? These are the few examples of real time examples. GSK. What GSK have done? GSK have done, they have given tablets to their frontline workers and with a strong CRM system, customer relationship management system, they have covered and tied up with 4 lakh plus doctors, 0.4 million doctors. With this technology they have covered up, and they are directly serving their medicines and pharmacology things to them. Second one is Unilever. In 2014, the CEO of Unilever has said that think local, act global. They believe in sustainability, and they are working with the target of removing their complete carbon free operation by 2030. So focus sustainable growth and follow the think local, act global mantra, make them innovative and understanding, and make a leader. Third one is Asian Paints. From a simple paint company, they are now a complete innovative, agile, and responsive technology company with paint to home decor solutions. Now, if you give any order to them, they will visit your home and give the complete home decor solutions. So, what they have done, understanding the customer needs. Fourth one is Paytm, with lots of Chinese investment talks. Paytm was not the first choice for some time, but again they have come back and they have registered their first wallet, become a first wallet to register a bank, Paytm Payment Banks. So it emerged as a digital banking leader and transformed from wallet to full-fledged mobile payment bank. What it has shown? Courage to step up. And this is obvious. Geo started the competitive price war and disrupted the complete voice and data market and emerged as a segment leader. What they have done? It's a agile game changer. So these are the 5 example of the most successful organization who have responded VUCA in India. But as a listener, follower, or a participant of this webinar, what you can do personally? Because everything what I have talked about is the global companies, business scenarios, how it affects things. If you say this, or if you go into any organization or your business, you should follow these 6 things. What I am saying. The first one is demonstrate objectivity, right? Every time you need to do macro management, result oriented objectivity should be there and should not go into the micromanagement. Good leaders resist making emotional and subjective decisions, they remain objective. This is the first thing you need to do. The second one is you must need to be confident, because you are the role model for your team and subordinates. So Henry Ford has rightly said, if you believe you can, then you will. So you always become a role model and confident for your team. Third one is be empathetic. Show that you are caring. Remember Sophia, 120 facial expressions. You need to be empathetic with your team. The fourth one is demonstrate integrity. This is the most common problem in any business culture, where there are every leader has a two face. One is for subordinates, one is for their boss. Don't do that. You should remain integrate, and you must have one phase. You should talk same way to both the level. You will learn to motivate them, right? Fifth one is facilitate the realistic expectation. There is nothing more demotivational than a target that cannot achieve. So your goal should be smart, specific, measurable, accurate, realistic, and time bound. Sixth one, last and not the least, be democratic and practice engagement. Always ask for solution to your team, take holistic approach, and make decisions jointly with a collaborative leadership. This is what from my end. Thank you so much. And we are open for question and answer. Ria, you are the host. You can unmute participants
Yes.
if they want. Shall I
So I have
stop
a
screen
question.
sharing?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I am the host. I'll unmute the one who
Thank
want to speak.
thank you
Just
so much.
So I have a question. Can I start with it?
Yeah, sure.
So basically, how is technology helping?
Hello. Your voice is not audible,
Hello,
Riya.
sir.
Yeah.
How is technology helping VUCA?
Yes. If I say that VUCA is always a volatility, uncertainty, ambiguity, right? So what technology have done? If you need to do some analysis before, you need to make things in Excel, right? You need to make data analysis, then you will make something, some concrete information, and then go to your boss and ask them what we feel is market is like this and we need to make decision. What technology do? With a dashboard, in the morning you just receive the text message or notification that this is what the situation is and you need to do 1 2 3 whatever action, suggested action from for this. So the decision making is very quick, and if you are empowered to take a decision, your response is in time. So technology reduce the time of response. Technology helps to make your system agile. Technology can go through the data in the past and make the possible outcome and response to VUCA. It helps to serve this in this way, what I feel. Okay, anyone else?
So,
Yes, Suman.
if you talk about the volatility and uncertainty, uh, when it comes to extraordinary circumstances like the COVID, say initially in the beginning, now we understand that a pandemic can flare up, and in future we can be better prepared. But how do you prepare for VUCA in terms of political uncertainty?
If we say about geopolitical uncertainty, then definitely it's a very big subject, right? And every time you need to make collaborative leadership and collaborative thinking. So that's why what big companies and the global companies with a multi country operations they are doing, they keep things in balance. Right now the China is roaring against US, right? And both have a trade war, so there are lots of companies who are facing issues with the tariffs. So what they have done, they have what I was saying, that multi-sourcing and outsourcing, right? So China plus one option is there. So everyone has shifted their operations out of China, partial operations or a complete operations. So that sort of thing you need to understand, that what sort of geopolitical tensions are going on between the countries, and in this situation, what should be your response? It's a very old saying: you should not keep your all your eggs in one basket, right? So your risk should be distributed. The same way in India also, if you say in Bengal, once that the Maruti or Tata were go for plant establishment, right? What happens? There was resistance, right? So every company should take such kind of situations, and they should gauge the political things earlier before taking any decisions.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Anyone else?
Hi,
Sir,
sir.
I have a question.
Yes,
Yeah,
Pooja.
go on. Shravan, you can go on, then I'll.
Yes,
Okay,
Shravan.
thank you. Good morning, sir. Thank you
Good
so
morning.
much for joining us. Sir, my
Let
question to you is how is VUCA going to change key factors in terms of purchasing?
okay. If you say I am working in purchase only, that's why I can feel that whatever condition, normally what we are doing, we are entering into the long term contract. The contract should be of 1 year, 2 year, 5 year long term relationship. Multiple contracts are required in this VUCA situation. If you are saying that with a massive hit and high ice fall at USA, there are many petrochemical companies have declared force majeure, right? In this situation, the polymers, plastic, and all packaging materials rates are increasing and skyrocketed. But the thing is that not only the rates, the availability is also a question. So in such situation, you need to have a collaborative approach with your partners as a stakeholder, and you must be uh, working in a way where it's wherever it's possible that they can respect your urgency, they can respect your requirements. In COVID-19 times, where government was not allowing this sort of companies to work for, we have issued a letter, we have take up the matter from Amul to those sort of companies, that these companies are supplying materials which are essential for public, and you need to keep them open. So this sort of things you need to do. Even we have done such sort of thing where one competitor gives the raw material to other competitor who have labors available and make product ready for us. That sort of relationship between industry as well as between stakeholders you should have, what I feel.
Right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Shravan. Yes, Pooja.
Yes, sir. So I wanted to ask that if an organization is thinking of adopting this model, so what are the challenges that an employee may face in such a situation, and how they can cope up with it?
The first and foremost thing what we are thinking as an employee or a professional is, once the technology or artificial intelligence or machine learning will come, our jobs will be insecure, right? The first and foremost thing, and that's why every change has resistance. And yes, it is right. But have you ever seen that what sort of jobs have been done by AI and ML? All technology, artificial intelligence, and machine learning are doing the conventional jobs which are repetitive in nature, which have their regular history available, and they have activity and outcome, incident and outcome defined, because they need a logic. But the moment if you see that you have something which is out of it, out of transactional jobs, then definitely you will excel and your job will no go through anywhere, and you will get more remuneration as well. So in this sort of situation, you need to be thinking in a way where new technology is coming, not only for operations. If you are all are operation students or supply management, supply chain students or procurement students, not the conventional procurement but the knowledge of other fields are also important. Right now the concept in industry is like, if someone can handle procurement, and an particular person, he or she has a good knowledge of technical side, then it is very much important and desirable. So you need to relearn, you need to have more skills, you need to understand concept, what I was saying, that holistically, right? You need to think in a way where you can see your company or operations in a holistic way, and apart from your regular thing, you are knowing two or three more stuffs which will be added advantage for a company. So you need to learn in that situation. And yes, all young students, I need to say you this, that please do something to increase your IT skills, which is very much important. Wherever you will go, this IT skills, ERP, routine IT skills are important, not programming. You need not to learn programming, right? For programming, there is a dedicated staff is there. No one will ask you to do any sort of programming, but you must be aware how functionally systems works, what logic is there, how you can completely make your conventional system to the digital system. So what sort of logic will be there, or that sort of thinking you must have. And for that, you need to understand the technology, how artificial intelligence works, how blockchain works, how machine learning works, what ERP can do. That sort of thing you should check out. And for that, yes, for that purpose only, we have created this platform, Sourcing and Supply Chain, where we bring industry experts and we discuss such sort of topics and they give insights. And yes, it is non for profit. Anyone can follow, anyone can join, anyone can contribute. So that's how we working. I hope it's clear, Pooja.
Yes, yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. Thank you
So
for inviting me.
since
Yes,
no one has
Rishabh.
any question,
Yeah.
we can ask like Akshay sir. You can just share some words.
Yes, Akshay Joshi sir, how are you?
Fine, sir. First of all, thank you so much for sparing so much valuable time and delivering such a wonderful thing to our students.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure is mine.
It's people like you who really contribute a lot in their practical learning. Because in class we just talk about the theories, although we try to
Yes, sir.
accommodate the things which is going in the real world. But this is the interaction with people like you which really gives them the insight. So I hope for more association with you, sir, in
Yeah,
future for my
definitely, bro.
students.
Definitely.
And the kind of platform you are sharing in, that's really good.
Yes.
So I'll just want to say that it was a good session, very nicely done, very nicely conducted by our students, very well delivered by you. So
Thank you.
from on behalf of the NMIMS fraternity and on behalf of the Learning Center Prudencia, whom do I mentor, I acknowledge and my heartfelt gratitude to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your valuable feedback. And yes,
Thank you, sir.
I have
I also
already.
happen to be a member of IIMM, so
Okay. Good.
so
Good.
it's
Good.
very nice listening to you, sir. And the very valuable and the very practical points, the lucid examples you covered today.
Yes. Thank you
I
so
hope
much.
our students have benefited a lot from your session.
Yeah. Any constructive feedback or anything you want to tell where improvement is needed, then definitely we will take care of that.
And we hope to have more future sessions from you, sir, in our future courses.
Yes, we can collaborate with SSC. We have so many contributors and panel
And
members
definitely,
available.
I will urge our operation because Prudence sir is our operations learning center, and in our
Okay.
campus we have created learning center. We have given the name to learning centers to the clubs. So not only they are confined to fun activities and simple activities, student-driven activities, rather
Right.
such kind of things can be done. And the awareness to the fields of operations, management, supply chain, logistics, ERP, all these things can be more inculcated to our students. The
That's
contemporary
great
business operations
initiative.
can be. So I'll urge the Prudencia people to be more in touch with him and try to bring up more association with SSC and the platform and IIMM also, because they also offer such kind of programs.
Yeah,
And that
they
will
are
be really
offering.
beneficial to all the students, and interaction with people like Mr. Chirag, that will be really very fruitful for us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you all for joining in.
Thank you,
Bye
sir.
bye.
So
Have a nice
Prudencia
day.
should seriously think about this, and I'll be looking forward that in the next academic year we will have him again.
Yeah, obviously, and I will bring more professionals to this
Sure.
center. And you can also subscribe our YouTube channel where we normally feature one or two webinar in a month and on different
That
topics.
will be great.
The
That
next
will be
topic
great.
is on 6th March on sustainability in value chain from Rashmit Kaur. She is CSSCP, Certified Sustainable Supply Chain Professional from ISCEA and Global Ambassador of ISCEA. She is presenting, and we are doing it every Saturday 7 p.m. Normally. So we will keep you posted, and your students can get benefit of it.
Definitely, sir. Definitely, that will be very nice. That communication link is on, so they will get to know whatever programs you conduct and all those things.
Yes.
So whenever they have time, they are free. They should join and they should benefit out of it.
Okay. Thank you
So
so much, sir.
thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you for your
thank you
time.
everyone for
Thank
joining
you,
in.
sir. Thank you, sir, for this wonderful
Pardon me, sir,
session.
just a small request. If you could just have everyone's cams on for a quick picture.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was just telling you about that. Let's have our guest is here, so let's have a photograph. Let's have a snap with him.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And again,
Thank you,
congratulations
sir.
to Prudence here. Good work done.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everyone.
Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you so
Chirag.
much,
Thanks
sir.
for your time.
Bye bye. Thank you, sir.
Chili. Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye bye.